So what that leads me to is I do believe, and we'll talk about this more with Fan and Goodman when they come out, but I do believe that this is going to be something that sticks with Scheyer for a long time.
He's not going to sleep for a while.
But I'm not just talking about, like, him personally. I mean, this is going to be the narrative that surrounds him as a coach for a long time. We know how this stuff goes in the NCAA tournament in March. When you have a loss like this, when you are a new coach, when you are someone that has, lost to your in-state rival with a chance to go to the Final Four when they were an 11 seed, right? When you had the greatest coach of all time had his career ended by John Henson's Tar Heels in the Final Four on the biggest stage of the sport, right? That's something that this is going to be part of the way that we view him as a coach until he wins one. He is now going to be the guy that can't get it done.
That's why
that's what is going to stick with him until he wins a championship.
Well,
and I don't know if that's fair, but that's what it's going to be.
It's definitely not fair.
It's not fair.
But that's why I said earlier today, I don't remember if it was with you guys or on Sirius, but like who needs this the most? He does. Because of Coach K and him taking over for him and all those things. Now, look, he's won an ACC championship. He's gotten to a Final Four. What is this, year 3? We're still relatively new in this entire deal. So, but that's why I felt like he needed this maybe more than those other guys, just because of the situation that he's in.
And you just feel for, I thought in Carolina the year we lost, we had the best team. You ask anybody in the country, coaches, we thought we had an injury. And stuff like that, man, it's so tough to get back to the pinnacle.
Oh, my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
And so for you to have on paper essentially the best team ever, analytically, besides the Duke team, 96, 77, it's going to be tougher. This was you could say it was light up until this point.
No, there's no question. Just to speak to, and I know what you're saying, John, because as an athlete, even as a coach, these things never die in your mind. You miss an opportunity where you feel like, man, we had the best team in the country, and we should have won a national championship. Yeah. That's not something that you get over.
No, sir.
I'm still not
Cooper
over
flag
2014.
and Knipple, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
you
still not over
it,
it,
man.
We won 30 games in a row.
Mm-hmm.
We were undefeated in the SEC. We went 21-0 in the SEC, counting the SEC tournament. Hottest team in the country. Got Shabazz Napier. I'm still not over it.
We were Elite Eight. We were up down the stretch against Kentucky, and Liggins doesn't shoot a 3 in the corner. Cal rips him. This is plays in my head every time I think about it. You better you will never play at Kentucky again if you do not shoot the ball when it gets to the corner. They're up 1. We got to get a stop. Brandon Knight kicks to the corner. Kenner Marshall helps. Liggins shoots that thing with his eyes closed. Oh, my God. It goes in. We're going home. And so that stuff like that just –
You don't –
yeah.
They're going to just think about this one, too, because not only did they lose, it's how they lost.
Yeah, 100%.
It's having a 6-point lead with essentially a minute to go. It's all those types of
controlling the whole game, too. I think that's the biggest thing. We sat there and we watched that game, and even though it never got past 15 points, it felt like a 20-point game in some instances. But, again, we just kept saying Houston was just hanging around. So it felt like Duke controlled 99% of that game into the last minute and 30 seconds.
They did. They gave this game away. I'm trying not to not. I don't mind overreacting. I'm trying not to be harsh about this.
Yeah,
right?
I get you.
Because they don't need people like us piling on.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
No.
Gave this game away. There's no other way to say it. Yes,
and
Houston
they know it too.
Houston had to make the shots.
Yeah,
they had to make the plays. They had to do all of that. The stuff on the press break. Yes, that was great. But you missed a lot of shots. One field goal in the last. I know Houston's great defensively. It's supposed to be the best offense we've ever seen in college basketball, right? According to Ken Pom, one field goal the last 11 minutes. That is not acceptable. You can't win that way. You miss a free throw from the guy that's supposed to be your veteran leader. That cannot happen.
Had a bad night.
Him having a bad game.
Here's the one. You talked about Emmanuel Sharp 3, right? After the missed free throw, it's 6 with 33 seconds left, right? And he comes down, and they miss a switch. It was the first time the entire game they missed the switch, but they missed the switch, and that's why Emmanuel Sharp got wide. I think it was like a ghost screen or something.
Shot
I didn't.
Shot
I'm
fake,
not the coach.
overheld.
Bang.
Yeah, I mean,
But
left your feet.
they missed the switch, and they leave the best shooter on the team wide open. You can't do that, right? You can't turn the ball over on an inbounds if you want to win a championship against. Like, they gave that game away, and I don't. I feel bad saying it like that, but I don't want to talk around it because that's what happened.
The technical foul.
That was a big one too.
But I'm
we
saying
can get into
the
that.
technical foul, when that happens, the whole arena thinks that Duke's winning this game.
Mm-hmm.
The game's over. Duke's winning this game. He goes to the line. He makes it. Now you get the ball back. You run a set. You run a play, and Knipple goes down the lane and takes a tough shot. Like, you can't go in amongst the trees on this Houston defense and think you're going to get a basket in that type of situation.
And he falls down. So what's that leave on the other end, Matt? Is a man down. It's a 5-on-4 going the other way.
But it's almost like they panicked a little bit. Was the moment too big?
I think it was. I think that it was. But the reason why I hesitate to say that is that we've kind of seen the writing on the wall for this. You know, this is not the first time that they struggled. This happened on the first big game of the season in the Champions Classic. Remember, they had the 2 turnovers.
Yeah.
Cooper Flagg committed the turnovers, right? This happened in the Kansas game.
Yeah.
They had 2 mistakes in those the last couple of possessions, and I don't know if this is necessarily on Scheyer, but I do think that there is something to be said about the fact that in big moments and down the stretch here, you dribble the clock out, you try to hunt a matchup. There was one where when Proctor got fouled going to the line, they saw that Proctor was guarding him. They called him out to set the ball screen with Cooper. They waited until there was 10 seconds on the clock, and then just ran a ball screen and let Cooper make a play, which is great. You could do that in the NBA. But when you got 18 and 19-year-olds and all you're doing is trying to say, I'm going to try to get Cooper Flagg to go win a matchup or Con Knipple go win a matchup, like, that's a hard – sometimes you need more than just we're going to go find a mismatch and attack that mismatch.
Move the floor.
But a guy that should – like, he's supposed to be a high school senior. So, on the one hand, I think when it works, it seems like it's something that's really smart.
Yep.
But when you're in a one-game sample size, and maybe that's just what it is. This is an event like this. Go ahead. I'm
No, but there
now.
was a play in the second half that was – it was a middle ball screen – Proctor has it. He throws a no-look pass. Dime, no look to Malik Brown underneath the rim. Okay, Malik Brown takes it
and kicks it
right to the corner for Cooper. Like that would something like that.
We thought it was
that was a dime.
Yeah, we thought that was.
Where was that? That didn't happen the rest of the game.
Everyone felt like a dagger. I asked this though, Matt, because I thought. First of all, let's get credit to John. I thought he's been great all year ATO situations.
Agreed.
I did not love that last play
I didn't.
with just him and Roberts. Like, let's do something at least to get a favorable matchup. This is the primary matchup. This is the guy that they started the game with, you know what I mean, guarding Cooper Flagg, because that's the guy that they're most confident in. Let's get some type of action with him and Knipple or him and whoever else is in the game just to try to get a better look or easier advantage to get a great look instead of a turnaround 7-foot jumper over pretty hardly contested,
good defense.
shot.
Listen, we got to